A PhenomeMOM is a woman that embraces herself, learns from her mistakes, makes no apologies for the unique person that she is, and gives everyone around her a sense of purpose. Is that woman you? For many years, women have been moms, friends, wives, bosses, workers, aunts, and at most times all of these things. Women are usually not the most celebrated in the home. PhenomeMOMs are more of a giver than a receiver. Today, we celebrate you. Whether you're the winner of one of our 6 awards or not, you are a PhenomeMOM. Someone thought enough of you to say that you make the running amongst the many women nominated. Let's celebrate that accomplishment. In 2013, Schawayna Raie began the PhenomeMOM Mother's Day Awards brunch due to her good friend Sanithia Chowning wanting to have a brunch with their moms and a couple of aunts. Schawayna Raie wanted to extend the brunch to more moms, thus the birth of the PhenomeMOM Mother's Day Awards brunch. The very first year, everyone was a recipient of the PhenomeMOM certificates. However, in 2014, Schawayna Raie decided to incorporate the beautiful crystal awards that you see today. Through a sponsorship from Schawayna Raie's good friends Tori Ross and Dasha Pfeiffer, Uplift Your Sister was able to present medallions to all of the nominees each year along with the certificates. In 2022, Schawayna Raie introduced a new award called the Resilient PhenomeMOM Award in partnership with the Tiandra Tuff Foundation. When this is all said and done, if you have truly enjoyed this event, please help us spread the word and make it bigger and better than ever. Go to www.upliftyoursister.org if you want to volunteer or learn more about the past winners and presenters.
Just a little history about the PhenomeMOM Awards. I started it, I think in 2011. And when I started the awards, how it began was my friend Sanithia had called me and she asked me if we could get together and do an event where we bring together our mothers and our aunts and celebrate them for Mother's Day. And anybody that knows me knows that whenever I do something, it's always like way more than it needs to be. So when that happened, I was like, you know what? We should just do like an event where we have a bunch of mothers come together and celebrate them all in one room. So then I came up with the name for the event, which was the PhenomeMOM Mother's Day Awards Brunch. And the first year, all moms kind of got recognized as a PhenomeMOM honoree. And so with that being said, the next year I was like, well, if we're gonna do this event, I kind of want to do it in a way where people were walking away with something special. So then the awards came about the following year. So they were Crystal Awards that I announced, and there was only 4 Crystal Awards when that happened. And since then, the event has grown. We started out with one style Crystal Awards, and then my awards company changed that. And so now we have the new Crystal Awards that are right beside me. I just wanted to be able to celebrate. I'm not a mother. I have been kind of like a mother to kids in my life, and I just love women. I love mothers. I love all that we challenge through and what we create. It's a lot to be able to birth a child, raise a child with no handbook. You don't know what you're doing, how that's going to work out. You're praying for the best, and you're happy when it turns out the way that you planned. And so I had so many beautiful women in my life. I've adopted mothers along the way. I've had a beautiful mom who raised me and my sister unapologetically. She is the reason that I beat by my own drum. She let me just be who I am. At moments, many moments, she wanted me to be something different because I was always doing weird stuff, but she still let me be who I was. She let me find out who I wanted to be. I'm still trying to decide what I want to be when I grow up, but I'm appreciative that my family and my mother allows me to do just that. So this is the PhenomeMOM Awards. As you'll see in the program, it just kind of describes what a PhenomeMOM is. She's just a woman that kind of loved on everybody and built a relationship with people and just kind of was everything that a mom could be for somebody outside of her own family. I am going to have Carlton Amos come up, and he's going to sing a beautiful song for us, and then we'll move on to other things.
Come on, let's put our hands together for Miss Schawayna Raie. Come on, let's clap our hands for her. This is my second time being here, and just awesome to see mothers here being honored and celebrated on today. And I know that tomorrow is Mother's Day, so we do say Happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. I know that my great-grandmother's not here in the land of the living today, but one thing that, she always would tell me, she just stressed the importance of, just knowing what mothers go through. She would just tell me a lot, and sometimes I would have ups and downs, with my mom, but this song is one of my grandmother's favorite songs. I'm a church kid, so, but I just hope that the song that I sing, that it just ministers to you all, and I just encourage you as mothers to stay anchored in God. In all that you do, just be strong in God. And I do salute every mother here today. Though the storm keep on raging in my life, and sometimes it's hard to tell the night from day, still got a hope that lies within, that's reassured as I keep my eyes upon the distant shore. I know He'll lead me safely to that blessed place He has prepared. Oh, but if the storm don't cease, and if the wind keep on blowing in your life, let your soul be anchored in the Lord. Though the storm keep on raging in my life, and sometimes it's hard to tell the night from day, still got a hope that lies within, that's reassured as I keep my eyes upon the distant shore. by the waves and the currents that seem so fierce. But in the word of God, there is an anchor. It keeps you steadfast, unmovable, despite the time. But if the storm don't cease, and if the wind keep on blowing in your life, your soul should still be anchored in the Lord. God bless you in Jesus' name. Thank you.
I definitely needed that. Thank you, Carlton. You guys may not know, some people know, today is my birthday, actually. Thank you. I didn't say that to get that, but I was going with something else. But it's my 50th birthday, and so I wanted to have a birthday party on today, but I always spend my birthday weekend doing the PhenomeMOM Awards, so we decided to do my birthday party last night. I was up to 2 o'clock in the morning. But I thank the people that celebrated me last night, and so with that being said, last night was so emotional for me because people have been so kind to me in this moment just to give me the time to be celebrated. And so I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that Carlton answered the call to be here today. He didn't tell you, but he was supposed to have a keyboardist this morning, and his keyboardist had a death in the family and couldn't be here. So he ended up having to do it a cappella because his keyboardist wasn't here. And just this whole day was a lot, and it's so funny because as I wanted to be on time, and I think about the plans that I was talking about for the mothers, and I remember this saying that says, tell God your plan and watch him laugh. Because we can always think what we're going to do is going to be one thing, and then God has a completely different plan for us. And so I'm just going to say, yes, Lord. Do whatever you may do in this moment, in this time, in this space. Because what I know for certain is there's no mistakes that ever happens. Everything there is a purpose. And for whatever it is that somebody is supposed to receive from today, I want to make sure that they get it. So I want to be stepped out of the way of who I am and what I desire, and allow God to put what it is that he desires for today to be. So that's my declaration for today. And I just want to thank you all for being here once again. And I have to wear readers now. I turned 50. I don't like this. I do not like it. I don't like it. I just don't like it. So I'm going to make my screen just a little bit big because I'm being, I don't want to. I decide I don't want to. I'm not doing the readers until I really have to do the readers. So I'm a mess, y'all. I'm a mess. So let me do it like this so I can make it bigger so that I can see what I need to see. Every year I choose a different person to speak at this event for the purposes of the story that I've heard about them as a mother, as a child, because I feel like everybody has a story. The name of the organization that puts on this event is an organization I started like in 2007. It's called Uplift Your Sister. And the premise of that particular organization was to say that every woman is in a space in her life that she can uplift and be uplifted. So you're never in a space that you don't need help, and you're never in a space that you can't give help. So as we prepare to get you ready for your meals, what you will do is you will take your plate that's on your table. I'm sure you guys all know this, but in the medical world, because I have a medical degree also, but in the medical world, what they tell us to do is talk to every patient as if they have a fourth grade education. And that way you're not missing giving information to the people that you're giving information to. What it tells us is just don't assume that people know what it is that you need to tell them. And what that had taught me to be was a better communicator, because now I don't just assume that everybody knows, and I hope that people don't feel like I'm being condescending when I'm giving you information, but I'm literally just making sure that I've communicated my needs to you so that there's no way that I could be mad because you didn't get the information or you didn't do what I needed you to do. So I always try to give communication so that that's what happens. So, I want to thank sponsors. Our awards, we give an opportunity for people to sponsor the awards, and it puts your name on the award. So, well, your business name on the award or your personal name on the award. So each award has a specific sponsor that did it. If you feel led to sponsor award next year, upliftyoursister.org, where you purchase your tickets, you can do that. You can email me, text me, or whatever if you want to partner with this event to help grow it. I started the process of getting PhenomeMOM trademarked in 23, the end of 23, and I was so elated after last year, like literally right after last year happened. My lawyer emailed me and was like, "You were trademarked," and I'm like, "Yeah!" I'm so excited because I was afraid to kind of make this event big because I knew that PhenomeMOM was a great word. And so I didn't want it to be out there for somebody to steal it. So now that it's trademarked, I can send a cease and desist and tell people don't use my word. But so now what I'm going to try to do is build it out to different states so that we can do chapters so that everybody will be able to experience the PhenomeMOM Awards at that level. So if you want to partner with me, just let me know, and we can help build the PhenomeMOM Awards to where I think God would like for it to be. And so, Robert Hall Realty Group is a sponsor of one of our awards. Sears Media Productions, thank you so much. And Rob Hall Media Group, I just want to let you know, he's like literally in Atlanta. He's sponsored from Atlanta. So like, that's a blessing to even be heard of in another state. And Good Morning Sunshine Travels, Journey Support Services, they support me every year. Good Morning Sunshine Travels does too, but that's Anithia. She started a travel agency, so she supports every year too, but Journey Support Services has been a sponsor for multiple years. Tayandra Tuff Foundation is a sponsor, an award sponsor. She's been partnering with me for multiple years. Sam Carson, who is the late Julia Carson's son. I know a lot of people think Andre Carson is her son. That's actually her grandson. So Sam Carson gave me the right to be able to use his mom's namesake for the Julia Carson Legacy of Love PhenomeMOM Award. And then MGD Productions, they sponsored an award. So I'm just thankful for everybody who's decided to partner with me in order to do this. And all the awards, like I said, were inscribed with respect to each presenter. Thank you to the Vision Loft, Indy, for allowing us to be here. They have 2 locations, so if you want to utilize this beautiful location, you're more than welcome to reach out to them. It's funny because they told me that somebody was up here yesterday to inquire about renting, and they saw the PhenomeMOMs on the wall, and they were like, that's Shawayna's event. So I'm like, well, good, it's getting around. They are very amazing. They work well with you. Like, she literally, she was like, wait a minute, I got to take my jacket off so I get, into the business of getting everything set up. So I totally appreciate you, Anna. And thank you to Grafton Peak Catering Services. We used them last year for the first time, and they made this vegetable lasagna. Oh, my God. And I told her this year, because last year, she didn't make sure that I got me something to go. She only gave me the chicken, and I said, this year, I need me some vegetable lasagna to go, because it was really delicious. So you guys are in for a treat for that. I want to thank you to the vendors. Tay's $5 accessories, which has now gone up to $8 because of tariffs. We appreciate that. And the eggs, we appreciate that as well. And Grace and Glam Boutique, which they're not here today, but that's okay. And thank you to all the beautiful guests. Thank you, people who nominated your PhenomeMOMs for today. I appreciate you. Like, this event could be nothing without the nominees. And I know it probably is a tedious task to try to figure out 50 to 100 words to say about the person that you were birthed by or a sister. 50 to 100 words is just, oh my God, it's so taxing. But I appreciate you for doing that so that I can be able to give away these awards. That's the only thing that I really love about this event is giving away these awards because they're amazing. And so thank you for trusting me with your PhenomeMOMs so that I could be able to do that. The stories that we read about these women is beautiful. And I just thank you. Thank you to the Uplift Your Sister team for helping me to create this amazing event, helping me get everything set up. Everybody who is helping out is truly a volunteer. I don't pay them anything, but they show up for me every year, and I thank you for that. I appreciate just you helping me to celebrate the women that are always underappreciated, overworked, selflessly gives, and does it without any expectations or accolades. This event was created just for you. You will now be sent to retrieve your meals, and then after everyone is served, we will have the keynote speaker come up and speak to you, and then after that, we will start presenting the awards. The person that I'm about to bring to you now, Schawayna Raie, was born and raised in Indianapolis. She is deeply committed to her family and believes that faith and family should always come first. She was named after her great aunt, Raie, and share her first and middle name. Her family is currently in its 5th generation. Raie is a proud graduate of North Central High School and have earned 2 bachelor's degrees, a Bachelor of Science in Architecture from Ball State and a Bachelor of Science in Interior Design from Art Institute of Indianapolis. As the CEO and lead designer of Raie's Designs, she brings her passion for design to life. In addition to her design work, she also works part-time in a medical billing at a hospital. As a proud mother of a basketball player and of a child on the autism spectrum, she is deeply invested in her children's lives. Growing up, she was the only girl amongst 5 brothers until the age of 24. In her free time, she enjoys traveling, watching sports, styling hair, and spending time with her children. Rainie's true passion is design, but she also has a love for cars and helping others. She is a kind-hearted and feisty individual who is always eager to make a positive impact on the world. Raie is a former PhenomeMOM winner. She won in 2024. And because of her beautiful story, she was chosen to speak to you about motherhood through her lens for today's PhenomeMOM Awards. Please welcome Raie Smith.
Let me get this mic. I don't like to stand still. Good afternoon, everyone. Y'all heard all that she said, right? I'm a super mom. We got a lot of super moms in this room. It takes a lot to build these children for what they need to be set and prepared for today's world. There is no right way to know how to do it. You just wake up every day and just go, put your best foot forward. And so that's basically what I do. I have a daughter, Haley, 16, basketball. She's a North Central. Carter is 8. He is on the autism spectrum. So being a mom for me was just a lot, especially once Carter came along, trying to figure out how to balance a son being on the autism spectrum and then having a child that is 8 years older than him. They wanted to do 2 different things. One wants to go to the Children's Museum and play in the pen, and one wants to be outside shooting hoops, and it's just one person. So as a mom, I had to figure out ways to kind of bridge that gap between of them. And now they're thick as thieves. They do everything together now that Carter's 8. They love playing sports. They do all those kind of things. But it really took a lot in my childhood growing up being the only girl of 5 boys. My mom has 4 kids. My dad has 3 kids. So I have 2 brothers on my dad's side and 3 on my mom's. So just growing up in a household full of boys, my mom was a single mom. She was one of those, hey, before you leave, set the meat out. You didn't know you was cooking, you couldn't set the meat out before you left. So it's, one of those ordeals. So she was a single mom, had all of us. She did the best that she knew how. She was a young mom. She had me at 20. I was her first child. And so I was always a nurturer. I had to be there to look after my brother. Even though we were stair-step, back to back next to each other, I had to make sure that they came in, did their homework. I'm seasoning the meat, washing off the chicken, getting a water boil for my mom, doing all of those things as a kid. It just kind of prepares you for today. I'm not going to say grew up faster than I needed to, but I was much more mature at a younger age because my mom was a single mom, and I felt like I had to take on all of those things, to help her out. And so as time kind of went along, my mom and I's relationship wasn't always the best. We kind of didn't see eye to eye. It was just felt like, she was young, she was working, dashing out the door, going, to the club, to, what did y'all call it, the Mecca? The Mecca back then, or the Triangle, or the Masterpiece, or whatever those. She was dashing out the door to, to whatever place we needed to be. Either we was home and our house was the hubs. We was getting all the kids dropped off of here, so we all here, or we was going, wherever. But sure enough, Sunday came up. I tell you what, we didn't miss no church. She was up, had breakfast. We was dressed, ready for Sunday school in the morning, headed right on to church. Didn't miss a beat. At church all day long. We didn't get to go outside play. You went out, but we here all day long. We ain't missed Sunday school. She didn't cook breakfast. We didn't have church breakfast. Then we didn't have church dinner. And then it's time to repeat for the second service. So we was at church all day. So, she was a God-fearing woman, and I feel like she definitely did the best that she could with what she had. It's just some of those things that I missed that I didn't get from her. I got from my grandmother. I got from my godmom, my aunt. You have those people in your life that God puts in your life to kind of get you where you needed to go. My uncle didn't have any kids. My dad's brother and sister didn't have kids, so I didn't have any first cousins. My brothers had first cousins. I didn't. I didn't have that female cousin or sister that you grew up with. So everything that I got out of life came from my grandmother, my great aunts, and all of those ladies. So I had an old soul. So the things that I didn't get from my mom, I got from them, but you still starve to kind of get some of those things, from your mom. So that's kind of what helped me build the person that I am today, just instilling some of those things and the love and care that I didn't get from my mom, just those conversations, or, hey, when it's time to apply for college, where are you thinking about going? I didn't have that encouragement, from my mom. Sometimes it doesn't matter who it comes from. You want your mom. You want your mom. At the end of the day, that's, your mom, your dad. You just need that encouragement. So coming into the role of being a mom of a teenager, y'all know how that is. Sometimes you want to choke them. Sometimes you want to kick them out. And sometimes they can be your best friend. So, hitting that age where they become 12, you start to smell yourself. So you have to learn that balance. And I had to tell myself, what was I like at 12? How did I feel at 12? What were the conversations I wanted to have with my mom? What was I thinking? What was going through my mind? Your changes, you're going through changes in your body. You're going through puberty. You're figuring out who you are, who you want to be. And now with social media tells you who you want to be. So it's just all those things that we didn't have being a little older. We didn't have those in our life. You know, our parents told us who we was going to be till you got 18 and got out, and then, you know. But, you know, they told us who they wanted us to be. And so with social media and the world ever changing and technology, we have to kind of step in. As kids, we were always told, you know, don't ask questions, do as you're told. Or, you know, they ask you a question and they might not give you the answer. Or they tell you that, you know, they're not ready for it. Well, if I'm coming to you, I'm ready for it. And I'm curious, I didn't ask the information, so let's discuss it. Because if you're not discussing it with me, somebody else is. So basically, I do have those conversations with my daughter. That's helped a whole lot. She's not a very talkative kid at all. She would get in trouble, and I started noticing patterns. Every time she get in trouble, she want to leave a note. I'm a sorry note. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe, you know, she doesn't want, every time, hey, I'm talking to her face to face, she gives the, I don't know. Well, what does that mean? I don't know. That just making me angrier by the minute. Let's have a conversation. Let's break this down. And so what I found out in time, that's not how she communicates. Sometimes you have to pay attention to your children and who they are. So I had to open my eyes. I said, you know, she's telling me something. So when she gets in trouble, we don't have arguments or disagreements, or things are not going as they should, or something happened in school. I bought us a journal, and we journal. It got a lock on it. I write to her, she writes to me, and that's how she gets it out. So that, you know, in time, it's become way much better. She tells me things before I need to know them. You know, so and I'm good with that. That's the kind of relationship that I want to have. I would tell her at school, you getting in trouble? No, I'm not getting in trouble. Okay, if something happened, I need to know before the school called me. I need to know what's going on. If there's an issue, because I can't have your back. I don't know how to have your back if you're going to lie to me or not fill me in and tell me what's going on. So just kind of sitting down, having those conversations, connecting with your children, getting to know who they are, asking questions. I check her phone. She's 16. I pay this cell phone bill. I check your phone. I don't care that your friends is on the phone till midnight. My time is 11 o'clock. What type of parent would I be if I didn't let you get the proper rest before school? No, you can't charge your phone in your room. We tried it. Came in there at 11 o'clock in the 6th grade, you was on the phone. So you messed it up. So you charge your phone every night in my room, and I go through it. Go through her social medias. I have all her passwords. You don't get no privacy. You don't pay no bills. You don't get no privacy. So having, you know, the childhood that I had has helped me really kind of bridge that connection and that gap with my daughter. I enjoy having conversations with her. We enjoy doing so many things, the things that I didn't get to do with my mom, you know, like the malls or vacations, all of those things that I didn't have, I took and instilled into her. Because sometimes we have to break those generational curses. You have to break the generational curses in order to move forward in healthy relationships and endeavors. And so that's basically everything, you know, that I wanted her to have. I wanted her to get those things that I didn't get from my mom. And also, when it came to my son, you know, my grandparents and people before us, they didn't talk about diagnosis, or they, you know, made it like it was an embarrassment, or they weren't sure or unsure. I had my son tested at 3. I just, you know, kept telling myself something was off from the time he was born. I paid attention. Talked to the doctors, they didn't want to hear me. So I started video recording, taping, conversations, everything, because they only get an hour. It's not their fault. They only get an hour of our time. So while we gonna be here this hour, I'm gonna make the best use of my time. Let me show you better than I can tell you. So at that point, we went and moved on and made all of our doctor's appointments, and it's hard. Some days it's hard. Some weeks is hard, some months is hard, because you have to stay on top of it. It's therapies, it's doctor's appointments. Carter is very verbal. A lot of people don't think that, you know, there's anything wrong with him because, you know, he's verbal, he's active. has friends, play dates and all those things of a normal child. But what people don't realize is it takes a lot. You can't give up. There is no days off. There's no days off. No days off. Sometimes, with being busy all the time with interior design and basketball games and sometimes you get lost, you lose yourself. There are times where you just need that moment. They call him, Mom, I can't find this, or Carter's having his meltdown, and I go in my closet and shut the door and just cry some days. Some days you just gotta, to let it out. And it's just, people just don't understand that it takes a village to raise, and when you don't have that outside help, my mom doesn't live here, you know what I mean? I don't have active parents. They're still pretty young. They're 50. It's just me and their dads. Their dads are pretty active. They help as best they can, but, I try to make sure that my kids have what they need when they need it. I'm on it. I come last. It don't even matter, because when you have children, that's who you live for when they get here. You live for your children. Your time will come once they're grown and you've done your job. But it's hard. It's hard every day. Every day it's hard. It's tutoring. It just never stops. Teaching people, how our close family and friends, it was hard to kind of have them to understand that it's, Carter has autism. When you conversate with him, correct him as he's talking. If he's saying something backwards, just say, hey, Carter, it's I went to the zoo, not, is the zoo coming to me? So it's just teaching your family and your friends, everyone, that's around you. That's no easy task. It was a lifestyle change for me and my family. So even till this day, he's 8. He has tutoring twice a week. That is Tuesdays and Thursdays. He's in speech. He's in occupational therapy. So that's stuff that goes on all day, every day. You have to be a committed and a focused mom. You have to make sure that your child has everything that he or she needs so they can survive in the world. Because if not, then you fail. Then what do we do? What do we become moms for? So just in time, as I just feel like probably in the last 3 years, I've really seen great progress in Carter. He's come a long way. And I feel like he's going to do really great things in life. Some days, as a mom of a black boy that has autism, you're scared, especially when they go out there in the world. Y'all know what the world is like out there. They don't know what we know. You could teach your sons the difference between right and wrong, but they could go off with somebody and not understand that they're doing something wrong. And now my son is in jail. How am I supposed to explain that? So you just do the best you can with what you have, and just teach your kids love, teach them respect. My son walking around talking about, bro, I'm mommy. I know he's not meaning it in that way, but you have to teach him. I had to tell my daughter, okay, we're going to your grandparents' house. Ain't no sis. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Get it together. So, you still have to kind of instill some of the old with the new. It's just bridging that gap. And we have to know that time is preparing our children for how the world and what the world is becoming today. It truly is. There were things that we could do as kids that we can no longer do. They don't know what a candy store is. You know what I mean? They don't know what penny candy is. Some of them don't know what it is to just be able to go to the basketball court and you say, be home before the street lights up, on. So things are a lot different now. You have to keep track of your kids. You got to stick Apple tags in pockets and book bags and, things of that nature. So you just have to teach them and tell them. Let them know that you're there for them. When they call in a time of need, talk to them. Break it down. I would talk to my moms every blue moon, or my grandmother, and first thing she want to say, okay, come on, let's pray. Nothing against it. I'm a woman of God, but sometimes in those moments when you're breaking down crying, that's not what you need. I need you to tell me, give me advice. What should I do? Where should I go about it? Being there in that time of need. Then we can pray after. But, you just have to put yourself in your shoes in that moment when you really needed someone and, you know, if they picked up the phone and called you, you know, what do you want to hear? What do you need in that moment? So just in time, I just want to make sure that I let them know that I love them, I adore them, and that I'm always going to be there for them. Love on your children. Love on them. Love on your babies. I enjoy being a mom. Being a mom is everything to me. So I just want you guys to know that everybody in here is looking beautiful. And I wish nothing but the best for you guys and blessings. And thank you.
Thank you, Raie, for being here, sharing your story. So with this event, I know people. People know me. People who are nominated, I know them and they know me. So if anybody in this room who is a nominee tried to reach out to me this week, I don't talk to you for the purposes of I don't want it to look like if you win, you won because you knew me. So I apologize if I was short on the telephone when you called me, or if I was like, what you need, if it didn't have nothing to do with anything outside of the PhenomeMOM Awards. I'm not talking to you. I just don't. I'd like to be as integral as I can be as it relates to this event. Raie won last year. She's my goddaughter. When she walked in, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. And she was in her feelings too. She was like, gee, mommy, don't talk to me. I don't need nobody saying you won if you won because you were my goddaughter. I am very integral with this event. And to let you know, I do an internal voting for the awards. This year, I allowed the sponsors to actually vote for the nominees this year. And I am such a technical geek, but I don't know why I was so dumb. I was still doing it on paper and I could have been doing it. I was emailing them a paper ballot and sending it back. Like, I was like so old fashioned. And then this year I decided to do it online. And I was like, oh, that was so much more easier. I would like get that email and then tap, 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 tap. This was so easy. I could follow the results as they were voting. I'm like, oop, oop. And when I tell you that 3 categories was tied, like literally up until the very last day of voting. And I was like I was hyperventilating. I'm like, what are we gonna do? Because I only have 1 award. I can't give out an award to both of them. So and in 3 categories, I'm like, I can't do that. And I mean, yes, it's my event. I could go create another award, but then it takes away from the event. So it was very difficult. And it's so funny because as I read, I'm like, they probably gonna choose this person. It was so opposite. It was so opposite. It was like, people were like, and so I was talking to my friend, and she was like, well, you have to understand, everybody has something that resonates with them. And so when that resonates with them, that's what they tend to go to. And I was just like, I didn't think about that. So I thank you for the online voting that you guys did. The online voting is 20% of the awards. And to be perfectly honest, the online voting helps me break the tie. The reason why I do that is because there's people in this world that only has 1 people that they can count on. One people. Did I say that? Listen, I always go off the dome, and then I always say something I shouldn't say. People always used to ask me, do you think before you speak? I don't. And then I'm like, dang, I shouldn't have said that. But 1 person that they can say supports them. And I didn't want for people to win only by the purposes of they have more people that can vote for them. I thought that the best way to be integral about this event is to have internal voting. When people submit nominations, they submit 50 to 100 words to say what it is that they feel about that PhenomeMOM. And those words are dispersed out. And my sponsor can speak for me, Tracy. I remove all information that can make you know who this person is. All information. Am I right? I remove names. if there's a, like, I think this year somebody had like a place where they worked. I had to delete that. And it was like one nominee that said, hi, I am their name. And then it said the son. And so people were like, it just said, hi, I am the son. And because I didn't change any language. I just removed names. So it was like, hi, I am the son. And they were like, are they saying Jesus? I don't know. I was like, nah, that's just the son. It's the son. It's the person that nominated. So, so I try to be as integral as I can with this event. But I know Radine's story because I'm her godmother. I was there in moments, and I was somewhat of a support to her as she was growing up. She would come, to be perfectly honest, I had no children, but everybody's kids at the church would be like, I want to go over Miss Shawayna's house. I don't know why they wanted to come over my house. All I did was fell asleep on them. Like, I would literally, they didn't do nothing special. I would fall asleep on them. Like, I would be like, so I had this king size bed. So I would have all the kids like sleep in the bed with me, and I would say, this is the island. If anybody gets off the island, it's bad. So we all got to stay on the island. And I did it only so I could go to sleep. If y'all stay on the island, I can knock out. And then so Dasha's daughter, she's here today. So I can't sleep without television being on. She obviously couldn't sleep with television on. So every time I woke up, she was like, her eyes were so bucked and wide open. And I'm like, boo-boo, why won't you go to sleep? And she was like, I don't know. And so I told Dasha, I said, I didn't know she was going to slice me in my sleep. I didn't know what's going on. But she had her eyes bucked, and Dasha said, did you have the TV on? And I was like, yeah. She said, oh, yeah, she can't sleep with the TV on. I was like, dang. But she didn't get off the island. She stayed on the island, didn't you, boo-boo? She stayed on the island. But so I just thank you. It warms my heart when everybody who knows when you start something, you typically start it and it's your close people that are your supporters. When you start getting people outside of your knowledge base, that lets you know that what you're doing is growing, is progressing, and what you're doing is perfect. So I'm going to have Tasha come up so we can do our awards. Y'all ready? I'm excited. So excited. The first award that we are going to announce is the Powerhouse PhenomeMOM Award. That award is given to the most outstanding mom that's single. And for whatever reason, sometimes people nominate people for this award that's not single, but it's okay. It's okay. We can't tell them that it's not. And the only reason why I know this is because the person said it in their thing. They were like, she wasn't single, but she functioned, you know. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. But I do have like the labels of what each award is on the website so that people can know. But the nominees are Tanika Wilshire and Kristen Goins. And the winner is Tanika Wilshire. Step over here, China. Step over here so you can get. Congratulations. The Philanthropic PhenomeMOM Award is the woman that does the most outreach. I love philanthropy, so I thought that this award was very important to have. And the nominees are Shauna Moore and Kelly Langford. And the winner of this award is Kelly Langford. So in the past, the little nominee flyers that I give out now, in the past I didn't give those out. The purpose of me not giving them out was because I didn't want the mothers that were nominated to know that they were nominated. I just wanted them to think that they was just coming to this Mother's Day brunch type situation, and then when I start doing the awards, then they find out they won, and it's a whole tear fest. I love, like, I'm here for the drama and the extras and everything. So I was like, ooh, I love that. But what I wanted to start doing, the reason why I started doing the nominee flyers was because I'm like, why not like let other people know that you've been nominated so they can come and support you in it. So that's the reason why I started doing the flyers. And then I was like, well, let's just do online voting as well. Because I was just like, you know, it helps to like get the word out there that each nominee is nominated and they are PhenomeMOM material. So our next award is the Influential PhenomeMOM Award. And this award was created with me in mind. And I promise y'all, when I say stuff like that, I am not being like vain or egotistical, but I didn't want to have children until I was married. That didn't happen for me. That didn't happen for me. So as I got older, as y'all know, I'm 50, and I didn't save my eggs and all that other stuff. And until God decides that, you know, 50-year-old women can have children and stuff. Well, they do have some, but this 50-year-old woman is incapable. But nonetheless, my career kind of took precedent, but God did bless me along the way to be able to be like mother figure to a whole lot of people. And with that being said, I was like, you know, I don't want women who are possibly incapable of having children just because of their body mechanism is unable to allow them to have children. I didn't want them to not be able to be celebrated, because you have women who are wonderful stepmoms that never birthed a child. You have women who are not even stepmoms, but they still never birthed a child. Women who've adopted children, such as Peggy. She won a PhenomeMOM Award one year. Women who just, you know, their life's story is just to be a giver to children and just uplift them in their finances and stuff like that. So that's what the Influential PhenomeMOM Award is all about. The woman that influences everyone around her, and it's described on the website, is she can be a person that has never birthed a child. But it's still for any woman who's been influential in the lives of everyone around them. And those nominees are Janet Thomas, and Peggy Bland. And the winner is Peggy Bland. Congratulations. The next award is the Resilient PhenomeMOM Award. Tanya, you want to come up? This award, so like I said before, I started out with 4 awards, and then as we grew, we decided to, if someone wants to partner with us where we can create another award with them, we will allow that to happen if it makes sense for the award to be indoctrinated in the PhenomeMOM world. But the Resilient PhenomeMOM Award, I'm going to let Tanya, which is the founder of Tayandra Tuck Foundation, which is the person that we decided to partner with to create the Resilient PhenomeMOM Award. She's going to tell you all about that award.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Mother's Day, because I don't want to forget that. I started the Tayandra Tuck Foundation in honor of my daughter, Tayandra, who passed away. It'll be 6 years this year of cancer. She was stricken with appendix cancer. We had never heard anything of such for that. And so I wanted to kind of honor her, and myself, my mom, and Tayandra was at Schawayna's PhenomeMOM in 2013, the very first one. And so seeing that and after she passed, made me want to partner with her. And so in the Resilient Award, it embarks really both my mom and my daughter. My mom battled heart issues. And so in 2019, unfortunately, they both passed 6 weeks apart. And so with them both having health issues and everything like that, they never asked why. They never questioned God. They never cried. I mean, they just went through it. If you didn't know that they were battling, you definitely wouldn't know just by looking at them. And so I decided to partner with Schawayna to do the Resilient Award, because there are so many people that are out here that have really gone through the storm and the rain. And I'm a testament that even through the storm and the rain, the sun still shines. And so, and then I started the Tayandra Tuff Foundation. And so we do, again, partner with Schawayna for a Christmas gala, and we do have a 5K walk as well. And so this is really dear to me. And also with this award, I think of Granny, because Granny Cunningham was so resilient, and she was a part of our family for, over 60 years? Yeah, so it's kind of threefold, but thank you, and that's why the Resilient Award was started.
So the nominees for the Resilient PhenomeMOM Awards are Rachel Mamukiomi, Tiffany Cooley, Josette Sampson Hinton, and the winner is Josette Sampson Hinton. Thank you. So the categories, Resilient PhenomeMOM, and it was like 3 categories that was like literally like the pie circle was like 50-50, and then 55-45, and then 50-50 again, and then 55-45. And I was just like, oh my God, this is like, I was getting anxious, because it was just like the stories were so beautiful that they were tied for a long time until they weren't tied anymore. So that was one of the categories where it was like tied, and it was 3. So that's what made it so odd, because it was like, it was 3 that was in the category, and like one of them was like, it was 2 of them that were fighting with each other, and we finally got a winner. So that was one of those areas. PhenomeMOM of the Year is the most outstanding woman. She possesses a heart after God, influences others, raised children, and is an outstanding person worker. The PhenomeMOM of the Year nominees are Elisa Pride and Gina Mitchell. And the winner is Gina Mitchell. Thank you. So now that we've said that, that was the nominee that said, I am the son. I was like, I think people voted for you because they thought Jesus was the person that nominated you. I was like, oh no. The last award that we give away is an award that is not nominated for. It's an award that we as an organization chooses. And so we choose this award. It was inducted in 2018. And it was not, placed as an award. And it was presented to somebody that, like, we team up to choose a person. And sometimes my team would choose a person that I didn't even think about. And then sometimes I went out and I get to choose the person that I got. I get to get my person in. But this person exhibits the qualities possessed by the late State Representative Julia Carson, who served in Indianapolis for 10 years, in the 7th from 2003 to 2007, and in the 10th from 1997 to 2003 districts. Sam Carson, Julia Carson's son, has afforded us the opportunity to present this award each year moving forward in memory of his mom. We're thankful to him for that, for allowing us to honor her at this magnitude. And I'm just gonna be honest. I was selfish when I created this award because my mother, I was like, I want my mama to get a PhenomeMOM Award. But I knew that I could let my mama win. Even if she won, I still couldn't let my mama win. So I was like, I'm going to create an award. I'm going to give her an award. So she was the first person to receive the Julia Carson Legacy of Love PhenomeMOM Award. So that's what happened. So she was the winner in 2018. And then I think Dasha's mom was 2019, the next year. And the reason why I chose Dasha's mom is when Dasha and I met through her crazy sister first. And then Dasha and I became close, and then I kind of adopt mothers. When I tell you I adopt mothers, I'll be like, Mama such and so, whatever. And so her mother, I started working for her mother's business. Dasha was like, you want to go down? She had this company called Ujama where they served at the Hoosier Dome, which is since gone. And Dasha was like, you come work? And I was like, okay, cool. And typical me fashion, I just thought I was volunteering. I didn't actually know I was going to get paid for it. I was like, yeah, I'll come help. And so when the night was over, Dasha was like, here's your money. I'm like, I get paid for this? And she was like, what'd you think you was doing? I was like, I just thought I was helping out. So anyway, through that, then it became me and Dasha's show. And so we had to run Ujama, and her mother would call either me or her the whole time. Every time it was time for us to do this event, an event, she will call, and Dasha will be like, that's my mom, I'm not answering. So then she'll call me. And I'll be like, I can't not answer for your mama. You get away with that, but I can't not answer for your mom. So I answer, she'll be like, Schawayna, where are you guys? What are you doing? And I'm like, we're on our way, Miss Nancy. We're on our way, Mama Nancy. So anyway, she taught me so much. She maybe started driving her to school. So she was working on, was it her PhD that she was working on in Bloomington? And so she would have me drive her to Bloomington. She was a diva. She was a sweet person, but she was a diva. And when I say diva, it was just she didn't have to, she could pay people to do stuff. And so she paid people to do stuff. And so anyway, it made sense to me because she was able to focus on stuff that was more important by having other people do the stuff that she didn't need to do. So we would drive to Bloomington, and I would sit in the library and just kind of work on stuff while she was in classes, and then we would drive back. And the talks that we would have, it was just so fun. And then I remember she said that she plays tennis, because she found out I played tennis when I was in high school. And she was like, I'm good. So we went on the tennis court. It was an event. That's all I'll say. It was an event. So anyway, I was able to honor her mom the next year. And then each woman thereafter were just women that I watched from afar. I see things that they do in the community, and this person is nothing different than that particular thing. So I'm just going to read a little bit of her bio. In December 2002, Crystal Hines, Indianapolis inner city native, recognized a need being faced by the young women in the community. With magazines, commercials, social media, and ads all aimed at sexualizing and demoralizing young women, Crystal knew it was essential to bring a change to the narrative. Thus, Inner Beauty Program, Inc. was birthed. The initial program began as a 3-month character development program focused on etiquette, poise, and personality, culminated with the Inner Beauty pageant. The audience participants could watch in awe as young ladies graced the stage with amazing talent and glamour, not knowing the behind-the-scenes process it took to cultivate the girls. Personal interviews, lifestyle changes, and unaddressed mental, social, and physiological needs being fulfilled. The majority of the young ladies who had been historically served in Inner Beauty and continue to be served come from homes living below the poverty level. Over 80% are living in a single parent-led home, single mothers, single grandmothers, single foster mothers, single fathers. They service children who are referred through Department of Child Services and Juvenile Probation, as well as from schools, churches, and those are self-referred from the community. Over 65% of their youth have experienced a high mark on the ACES, which is Adverse Childhood Experiences Scale, meaning they already have experienced a great deal of trauma in their young lives. Inner Beauty Program, Inc. provides over 13 services now and 8 programs to help meet the needs of the youth in our community. They partner with various agencies across central Indiana, such as Firefly, Indiana Civil Rights Commission, and Children's Policy and Law Initiative, to name just a few. As we know, we cannot do this work, they cannot do this work alone. Some of the services include mentoring, life coaching, tutoring, day evening reporting and educational services, casework, and parent education. They give opportunity to youth to be in programs that may not be cost effective otherwise. It is their goal to ensure that all of their young ladies have life opportunities along with the same cultural exposure as the more affluent peers would have. Being from the inner city and also sharing similar life experiences, adverse situations, Crystal Hines knows how essential this program is for young people, and along with her amazing staff have provided thousands of youth with these services from 2002 to the present. Without further ado, the Julia Carson Legacy of Love PhenomeMOM honoree is Crystal Hines. Thank you.
I am so honored and grateful to be here, to be recognized as a phenomenal mother. Truly, my entire life, that is what I have always wanted to be more than anything else. The most consistent thing that I've wanted to be since I could even have my first memory was a mother. And so thank you, Schawayna and her team, for giving me this honor and allowing me some time on the microphone as well to just tell you about my journey to motherhood and how I'm standing here today. I want to give honor to God because I prayed for a moment like this. I prayed to be the Proverbs 31 woman, and forgive my voice, I have the voice that's just gone right now that makes you want to go as I'm speaking, so I'm so sorry for that. But I wanted to be the Proverbs 31 woman. As soon as I found out what that was, when I heard it, when I recognized that the Proverbs 31 woman is a woman whose children rise and call her blessed. That in itself is an amazing, amazing honor. I want my children, y'all stand up. Hines Camp, stand up. Stand up, Seth. If my children cannot call me blessed, I'm doing this wrong. So sometimes I know also, though, I'm a Proverbs 32 woman. I'm tired. I'm going to bed after all that list of things that she does. All right. So my journey started long before I ever conceived a child. I knew I wanted to be a mother when I was playing Barbies and baby dolls. I would fashion my whole life out. Like I just went for it. Like I know that I want to get up and I want to make pancakes. Now don't say nothing, kids. I know I didn't make breakfast today, but I knew I wanted to be that type of mom. I wanted to go to the park. I wanted to drive a big car that could fit a whole bunch of kids in it because I wanted a whole bunch of kids. And I just wanted to be great. And so I played that out for a long time. And then my cousins were my first children. So I would say that, and humbly, I'd say that my cousins were my first children. I was the oldest cousin of my, the oldest cousin from the bloodline. And so I was very overprotective. And I was the one that would want to get them up and dress them up and comb their hair and do all these things and even discipline them. And I feel like I probably still do that today. I have a very huge big sister syndrome where I'm always telling them what to do and telling them how to live their lives and hopefully in a way that helps them and gives them what they need. I feel like they would say the same. And then after I was the overprotective cousin, at a young age, I became a godmom. One of my friends, when I was in high school, had a baby early when she was 15 years old. And so when she had Bree, she asked me to be the baby's godmom. I was 16. And I would take her every place I would go, my parents would be like, that is not your baby. And I know my stepdad would be real cringe in the restaurants. And he'd go, we are not grandparents. She's babysitting. But to me, that little one was my world. Her parents went to the military right out of high school, and I had the honor and privilege of helping to raise her while they were gone. And so she was my first shot. And I laugh at her sometimes and say, you were the guinea pig. You helped her, to cultivate all of this. And I love her so much, and she really gave me a good shot. And she's a wonderful example of a daughter. I married early after that, too. I married because I thought that that's what I should do. I was a church kid, and church kids try to follow direction. And I got married early, and that guy and I, we tried to have kids early as well, and it just wasn't working out. And I was like, God, I know this is the only thing that I've wanted to do my whole life is have children, and you're not giving them to me. What is happening? And I started going through treatment. I started getting shots and have taken all these pills and doing all this stuff to prep my body, and no baby came. And God said, what I want you to do is become a foster mom. And I was young, just 21 years old. You want me to be a foster mom? What am I doing with these people's kids? I mean, I know I was a good cousin, and I was a good director of the youth and things like that, but you want me to be a foster mom, like take them into my home? I said, all right, God, that's what I'm going to do. And from that, I also became an adoptive mom. I adopted my very first foster child, and she's 20, and we just enrolled in college yesterday. That's my girl. That's my big girl. That marriage didn't work out because God had other plans. I'm grateful for God's plans as well. And so I married the man of my dreams over there holding our daughter. And with the man of my dreams, he came with a family as well. And so I got to become a stepmom, which was still very fulfilling for me to be a stepmom and to see him with his children. That was the most appealing thing about him when I met him, is that he was a single dad and he was doing an amazing job with his children. And me and his daughter, she's the youngest of the first set of kids, we're very close. And so she really kind of propelled me, I'd say, into motherhood in a different way because she was already starting to enter her teen years. And so she gave me a good run for my money. And but it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing to be a stepmom. And I also had my adopted daughter entering this union here. We decided we wanted to start a family. And so our very first pregnancy, we miscarried. And I couldn't understand because we miscarried in the happiest place on earth. We were in Disney World, and we were having a good time. It was all of our first time, my husband and I's first time, and our daughter's first times in Disney World. And in that magical place, that very awful thing happened to us. And we couldn't even show the kids or tell. We still had to have a good time because we could not ruin their first time in Disney World. And so I came home after that, and I had to grieve, and I, still asking God, when is it my time? When is my due season? Obviously, now I know I can have children, but when is it my due season? And it was just months after that I had my rainbow baby in my belly, and she definitely came at a time that she was needed, but she also is a force to be reckoned with. And so thank you, Corey, for fulfilling God's promise to me. because I was truly in a broken place and not believing that I was ever going to have this opportunity to be all that I had just set out to be. And so I had Corey, and then we planned Grayson. That's my Grayson over there. After Grayson, we decided, we're pretty much done. This is good. We've done a good thing. We got a lot of kids, all right? So we have done a good thing. But then COVID came around, and we said, what's one more? We could do this again. And so we got our little one here, Chrisette. Also, during this time, we have always loved on other children. We've always taken people in when they were needing somewhere to go. We have always set out to be a great example. Our programs, we've got our Inner Beauty and New Boy children. We call them, the young ladies, our daughters of IB. So after they've been in our program, they become our daughters. So I've got thousands of daughters. But in addition to that, one of my cousins that's right under me, God, I know I mothered her. I mothered her strong. I was always very protective of her. And so when she had her children, I was there. I was present. And right now I have the honor of helping her raise one of her children. And so she is standing here today as well with us, little Tiffany. And so God has given me an abundance of what I've asked for. And he's also given me the skills and the talents to be able to do so. He's made me a helpmate so that I have a king that will honor taking in other people's children as well as taking care of our children. I had examples of strong women. My mother is sitting here today. She has always been strong. She has always done everything that she's needed to do to put me in the right position so that I could be who I am today. And so again, I am just blessed. I'm blessed to have a village of women also here today with us that I talk to these ladies pretty much every day, all day. And it was no question that they would be here with me. I appreciate you, and I love y'all so much for showing up for me for everything. Thank you for listening to my journey. I am blessed. I am honored. And again, if I am not the Proverbs 31 woman who, after I get through praying with my children and feeding my children and getting up early and going to sleep after them and waking up in the middle of the night to touch them to make sure that they're still breathing, they jump, what are you doing in here? I'm asleep, Mommy, I'm 12, I got this. If I'm not that woman, then I need to go back to the scripture and figure out how to start all over again and do it right. And so I'm grateful. This just kind of confirms to me that I'm doing something right. And so again, thank you, Schawayna. Thank your team. Thank you all for your time. God bless you.
And what I'm going to do is have a representative from each nominee to be able to come up and say 2 minutes, 2 minutes of what your nominee was to you. That would be great. Miss Kelly. That's okay.
Good morning or afternoon. My name is Kelly. This is my sister Amber. And someone nominated our mother, Miss Janet Thomas. Our mother, that's right. Our mother is such a blessing to so many people. Our mother, and 1 minute and a half left, is a woman who changed her. She's been saved, so she was born in she was raised in a very Christian family. But when she had her children, her entire being changed. There are stories that we hear about her as a younger self that doesn't even make sense to us. Like, we can't even hardly fathom them, because she identified motherhood as becoming a new person, and she's seen us as her project, her job, and her responsibility. And as a single mother, she worked very, 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 very hard to raise us. She taught us about God. She was very realistic. She made sure that her life walked what she talked about. She made sure that we had a relationship with God. And then she didn't just mother us. She mothered our friends. She mothered our friends' friends. She mothered our cousins. She poured into us with retreats, with night talks. I could walk in my house and my friends have told my mother what happened before they even talked to me. Then I got married and she started loving my husband more than she loves my sister and I. And then we had children and everything stopped because she loves them more than anything in this entire world. But in her role now at the school, she supports students as well as clients that she serves. And there is not places that I go that people are like, oh, your mom, oh, your mom. And I think what makes her influential is that she's transparent. She's real, she loves God, and she lives for him, and she wants every single person to have a relationship and to be saved with him. And she pours her entire self into everybody that she loves. And so we love you. We're all here to support you. And so we want you to know that you are so influential to us, and we love you, Mama.
Love you, Mommy.
I'm a shorty. Good afternoon. My name is Rashawn. My mom is Kelly. Kelly, she's amazing. I love my mom. She had me when she was 15. So me being a mom now, I'm looking back like, oh my God, I don't know what I would have done if I would have had a child at 15. So I've grown with my mom, grown up with her, high school graduation. Like, I've just seen her grow into an amazing woman. And she's very real, resilient. If you do know my mom, like, she bars none, but she is an amazing woman. I am just so grateful for her, for everything she does. She is a God-fearing woman as well. She's instilled that inside of me, you know, since I was a little girl. But just to see, like, everything she has been through and endured, and she's stronger and stronger, and it's like she comes out on top. And I just always pray that I can be that for my daughter, because she's looking up to me now, and I'm like, okay, baby, I got you. I got somebody that, you know, is in the running, but I got you. I'm gonna get there, especially with the amazing mother I do have. But yeah, I love you, Mommy, and congratulations on your award.
Let's hope the mic works for me now. Okay, yes it does. Wonderful. Yes, it's good to be here. By the way, for everyone, it's nice to meet all of you. So why did I nominate my mother? Well, there's several reasons. I'm actually on the autism spectrum myself, so I'll be talking to you later. But there's a lot of other reasons why. She's very adaptive. I was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3, so we had to do some adapting for sure, didn't we? Am I wrong? I figured that, but there's another reason why too, and I thought of why, and this is the big reason. She actually is a teacher up in Bloomfield, and she teaches 8th grade English, but not only does she mother myself, but she also mothers a lot of students, and I picked her for that reason. She deserves it for sure. Please give this lovely woman a round of applause.
Hello, everyone. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a woman of few words, so I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. But to my dear friend Josette, I just want you to know that I am totally in awe of your strength and your beauty, to be able to endure grief of losing your mother and your child within months apart, and you still do that with style and grace, to be able to be there for your grandchildren, and not only that, but to put your burden aside and be there for your patients as well. I am just truly in awe of you, and I just love you dearly, and I'm just in awe of you. Thank you.
Thank you all for having us. Thank you, Schawayna, Uplift Your Sisters. Let's give this great program a great big hand. I'm cold and nervous. It's cold in here. But my mom is Peggy Bland, and 2 minutes won't do enough to say, but I'll take my 2 minutes really quickly and say that my mother has, she has raised generations of children, working in education, and not just education, but Christian education for over 30 years. We've seen our friends, children children after children come in, and there's not a person who's met my mother that did not feel like she was their mother as well. And that's certainly a love that only God could give someone. I've never met anyone who loves like that, just because the amount of things that she's gone through. She didn't have a mother to really pattern herself off of after. She was without a mother before she was 5 months old. And to become a mother that's been so phenomenal without having a model. Most people, when you see their success, you can look behind them and see a good model. But my mother was taught how to mother her children by God himself. And I believe that that's the reason why he has continued to bless her, and why he's going to continue to bless her is because she didn't know what to do but to listen to God. And I believe that she has instilled that in us. If I don't know anything else, I know that there is a God that speaks very clearly. And when I don't know what to do, don't know where to go, I know that I can lean on him. And so with that being said, I want to honor you, Mom, for being the God-fearing mom that you are, and not just in public. A lot of people do a lot of stuff for people to see, but you're exactly who you are all of the time. And we don't have to front, we don't have to fake and act like you're one thing that you're not. But you've always been the same thing, and that's a phenomenal mother, and we love you for that. And hopefully he'll do something to make you proud soon.
I was born. That's what I did phenomenally.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Denham. I'm Tiffany Cooley's daughter. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. You know, I'm a teenager, so dealing with one, it's a lot. You know, we disagree on things all the time, whether it's what clothes I'm wearing, what outfit she likes, what outfit I like, you know, making sure I'm staying on top of my college stuff and all of those things, you know, her being overprotective. But overall, I'm grateful for you know, who my mom is. You know, I feel like if she wasn't as protective as she is over me and the woman she is, you know, who knows what kind of bad kid I would be around here. So I'm glad that she is really protective over me. You know, I have an 11-year-old brother at home, so, you know, we both have practices in school, and we get out of school at different times, and she picks us up. So she is a really hardworking mom. She does a lot of things for us, and I'm really grateful for her.
Hi, I am here to just give knowledge to a phenomenal person in my life, Kim Grant. She is actually my ex-husband's wife, which is untraditional for someone in my position to give knowledge to such a wonderful person. She came into my kids' life when they were about 5 or 6, and I had this attitude like, I don't know who she is, I don't know what they're going through, but after the years, you have been such a blessing to me and my family, especially our middle child. This is a hard Mother's Day for us. We lost our child last year, but she was so active. I'm not good with medication. She kept up with her medication. I had this in, she had that in. We dealt with the ex and the husband at that time, and she's just been a rock. And I appreciate everything you've done over the 18 years of us having our kids, and I love you tremendously.
So I would like to recognize Tanika McNeil, or Wilcher, because she's married. We have been friends since kindergarten, and she was nominated for Powerhouse. And not only is she a powerhouse mother, she's a powerhouse friend. She's anything that you need her to be. I can't even count all the times that she's been there for me and my family, for my children. You know, you can say, Tanika, she's always, what do you need? And I'm like, Tanika, we don't need anything. But she's gonna make herself available. She's gonna insert herself anyway, just because of the loving person that she is. And I'm just so fortunate to have met her and became friends and continued our friendship for so long. Oh, she's over here. Tanika, I love you. I mean, she gave me a god baby over there. I don't know why she didn't come and speak up for her mom, but So since she was too shy, I thought I'd come up just to say how much of a powerhouse mother that she is. And then also to piggyback on Peggy Bland, she is also, my daughter went to her school just to speak to how good she is with the children and as an educator, and like her children said, she really is who she is all the time. It's just really, I'm so happy. My daughter just graduated from college. She taught my daughter so much when she was in her program, so I appreciate her. And then last but not least, my mom is such a phenomenal mother to me. I don't know, like, I have 3 children myself, and I always say, I don't know how she had so much time in the day to do all the things that she did for us, making sure that she cooked us, dinner every day. We wanted to go to McDonald's, but she's like, no, I'm gonna cook dinner. So she would cook like full course meals. And a lot of times we would, stuff that we want to eat, feed it to our cat and stuff like that. But my mother always made time to make sure that we were taken care of. She had us in every program that came available, just to keep us busy. And, of course, I was the best child that she had between me and Schawayna gets jealous. But no, really, I was the bad one. Schawayna was the good one. So I want to say, if you want to stand up, Ma, happy Mother's Day to you. I appreciate everything that you do for us and for my children. And I also want to say happy birthday, because today is Schawayna's birthday. Happy birthday to my sister, Schawayna. I love you to death, and I'm so happy that I was able to make it to your PhenomeMOM event today. Love you.
I just wanted to say a few things about one of the nominees, my friend, my sister, Shauna Moore. She was nominated for the Philanthropic PhenomeMOM Award. And what I can say about her is she always shows up as her best self. She is a single mom, and she's taking care of a son who has autism. But you can never tell. I know she struggles. I know she has moments, but she always shows up as her best self. She's a teacher. She was also a track coach, and she just has a beautiful spirit. And although she doesn't have a lot of people here, in support of her being nominated, I just wanted her to know that you are still seen and that we're all here for you. And we got your back, all these beautiful women here, and I love you.
I am truly honored about today, but I'm very emotional. But I want to say that I didn't do this by myself. I had a wonderful village. I have one in my mother and in my mother-in-law that's with me today. My daughter is everything that she can and will be because I have a wonderful support system. And I just want to say it's nothing like it. From my mom, my dad, my stepmom, my mother-in-law. Love on the ones that love on you, and everything will be good. I promise. Thank you.
Thank you guys again. I wrote this poem that's called PhenomeMOM Arresting, and what I want to make sure that everybody knows, I branded PhenomeMOM as a name for a purpose. When you go forth and tell people that you won an award, please don't say, I won a Resilient Award. Please don't say, I won an Influential Award. Please don't say, I won a Philanthropic Award. Please say, you won a Philanthropic, Resilient, Influential, Philanthropic, PhenomeMOM Award. That's what gets people to recognize the name of this event. I please, please, please use the word PhenomeMOM when you post about this event. I don't even care if you don't say Uplift Your Sister, because if they type in PhenomeMOM, I've done a great job to make sure that Google will send you to my website. So it's okay if you just say PhenomeMOM, and PhenomeMOM is spelled capital M, capital O, capital M. Please, please, please utilize that language when you post about this event. Also, the PhenomeMOM and Resting is a poem that I wrote years ago because what I know is we have some PhenomeMOMs that went on before us, and they're looking over us, they're watching over us, and they're making sure that we're safe. What I do know is to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord, and the spirit goes on, and so people are not necessarily with us, but their spirit lives on with us. And so Sanithia, she's gonna come up and take care of the PhenomeMOM and Resting portion.
So, PhenomeMOM in Resting poem. PhenomeMOM in resting, watching over me, keeping me safe from harm and sometimes me from me. I remember your gentle voice and your smile so heavenly. You're in the right place now, free as free can be. No more suffering from heartaches and pains. In my mind, it's angel wings you've gained. PhenomeMOM in resting, watching over me, keeping me safe from harm and sometimes me from me. I remember your touch, so soft but yet stern, keeping me from a potential lifelong burn. Sometimes it was the deep look that you gave that made me feel safe and still at times behave. PhenomeMOM in resting, watching over me, keeping me safe from harm and sometimes me from me. You were so strong, but yet so weak. Weak for the ones that you've protected so deep. You were big, but yet so tiny. Tiny when you made things look not so mighty. Your smile, your walk, your laugh and heart would fill a room full of love that could never be gloomed. PhenomeMOM in resting, watching over me, keeping me safe from harm and sometimes me from me. Rest, PhenomeMOM, you raised me well.
Thank you, Sanithia. That comes to the end of our event. Thank you so much for being here. Please tell your friends, tell a friend's friend about the PhenomeMOM Awards. Please feel free to nominate again next year. The event is always held at the same day, which is the Saturday before Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We thank you for all the people that were willing to celebrate your PhenomeMOMs with us. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. Would you do if I said I didn't live anymore? What would you do if I went away? What would you do if I said I didn't love you anymore? What would you do if I wasn't the same? Because of who I am, I would hold you in my arms and keep you safe till you worry no more. Because of who I am, I would keep the pain away and be the one I was when you first came. And I won't let you go, no, 'cause I love you too much just to watch you hurt. I won't let you go, no, because you mean so much to me, and I won't let you go, no, 'cause I love you too much just to watch you hurt. I won't let you go, no, I need you to know my love. What would you do if I believed in you no more? What would you do if I thought you weren't real? What would you do if I said I didn't need you anymore? would you do if I silenced my ears? Because of who I am, I would hold you in my arms and keep you safe till you worry no more. Ooh, I would keep the pain away and be the one I was when you first came, and I won't let you go. No, 'cause I love you too much just to watch you hurt. I won't let you go. No, because you mean so much to me, and I won't let you go. No, 'cause I love you too much just to watch you hurt. I won't let you go. No, I need you to know my love. You can't push me away, no matter